Hey everyone, it's Dave from Dave's Ohio Barbecue. I'm outside here on this gray and cloudy day in Northeast Ohio. I've cooked beef short ribs before and they're delicious, but I was at Costco the other day and I saw that they had boneless beef short ribs, and I've never really tried those before, so I picked up a couple packages. I'm going to test them out and see if they cook any different than the regular ones. Stick around. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to cook some boneless beef short ribs. You can see here from the packaging that they're, maybe 1.5 inches thick by 1.5 inches tall, kind of long, 8-9 inch long strips of beef, which is basically short ribs, and they've been cut off the bone. So if you're not familiar with beef short ribs, they're a tough cut of meat. They get used sometimes for stew meat, things like that. They've got a lot of that connective tissue in it, so they need to be cooked low and slow so that they come out extra juicy, kind of like a brisket. But usually with the beef short ribs, they usually have a bone in them. At least all the times that I've cooked them before, they've had a bone in them. And I kind of like the bone because I put that side down and it kind of works as a heat shield. Kind of, if my temperature spikes or something, it sort of helps. And I also think there's a lot of flavor that comes from the bone. So I'm curious to see what these are going to turn out like. So for these beef short ribs, I'm not really going to be doing anything really fancy with them. I'm just really curious to see how they cook. So to start, I took them out of the package. You can see there's really not that much extra fat on there anywhere, at least none that I'm going to bother with. And I saw a little piece of silver skin, but it was really tiny. I'm just leaving them as is, straight out of the package. First thing I did was I took some stadium mustard, which is, the favorite mustard up here near Cleveland, Ohio. And I coated all 4 sides of these strips of beef with the stadium mustard. And then it was just a matter of using some coarsely ground black pepper and some salt on it, and that's really all I did, about equal parts of each. I let it sit on there for a little while. You don't really need to, but for about a half hour, I let the salt and pepper just kind of adhere to the meat. What I'm going to be using to smoke these today is my offset smoker. This is the first time of the spring I'm using it. I want to get it up and running and get the cobwebs out of it. I'll be using apple wood today. I just start with a couple lighter cubes and some butcher paper, and I'm going to build up the fire to get a nice bed of coals in there. Then once I get a temperature that's around 250, 275, I'm going to try to maintain that. About every half hour or 45 minutes, I'll chuck another apple log on there just to keep it going. Again, I want the airflow coming through there, really good, so I get a nice clean, sort of bluish smoke. You don't want that really white, cloudy stuff. I don't plan on wrapping these at all. I don't really plan on basting them. I might spritz them with some apple cider vinegar, but I think I'm just going to let them go. And I'm thinking it's going to be about 3 or 4 hours. I'm doing this whole cook with no thermometers, nothing. I'm not breaking out anything. I've got my Thermopen here. I'm going to be using that just to probe the meat. And I'll know it's done when this passes through the short ribs super easy and just comes out the other side. When I get that feeling in the meat, I'm going to call it done and take it off the grill. The only thermometer for temperature of the offset that I'm using is the Tell True thermometer that I've got built into the hood. Going super easy on this one. Halfway through the cook, I'm probably going to maybe rotate or flip the beef ribs. Maybe there's some small ones, I might move them around just to kind of get even cook on all of them, since there are 8 or 10 pieces of meat here. I want to make sure no one stays in a hot spot, basically. So I left these in there for about 4.5 hours. And you can see when I take this probe and insert it in, it goes right through. I got the temperature up to about 200 on the meat. You got to do that. I pulled one off a little bit early and it tasted great, but it was still a little tough, a little chewy. And that one was at about 190 degrees. So make sure you bring it all the way up to 200, 203 like you would with a brisket. That way, all that connective tissue in there is going to just melt away, and it's going to be super moist, super juicy. A couple tips. I noticed without the bone, it does cook a little quicker. I've done the ones with the bones in before, and it's usually about 6 hours, so bear that in mind. Also, I had kept one of the ends way too close to the fire for too long, and it got a little burnt end crispiness going on there, but still tasted really good. It was just a little extra crunchy. I didn't end up spraying it with anything, and I didn't end up wrapping it. I'm going to take these off, put them in a foil pan, cover them. I might chuck them in a cooler for a little bit. I don't have guests coming over for another hour or so, So chuck them in the cooler for a little bit and let them sit, and then after that, they're good to go. You can cut them up into cubes if you want. You can serve entire strips to people. However it is you want to serve these, that's up to you. I really don't care. If you want to put a little sauce on the end, you can, but I'm just going to leave them as is. So one of the other things I would have fixed about this was I left these beef ribs unwrapped the entire cook, and it did develop a really great bark, but it was almost too much bark. It was like, it was almost bordering on crunchy. So what I would do in hindsight next time I cook these is about 3 hours in, maybe 2.5, 3 hours in, once I get the desired color, kind of like this color right here, maybe a little darker, I would wrap them in foil and then put them back on the smoker for the rest of the time to get up to the temperature. Other than that, they were fantastic. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you press that subscribe button down below and hit the little bell next to it. That way you get notifications when I get new videos up. I should have a lot more coming up because the weather is kind of picking up in Ohio and I'll get my butt outside again. Make sure to follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter at Dave's Ohio Barbecue. And tell a friend about my channel. I'm always looking for subscribers, and best way is word of mouth. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.